Okay, I'm ready. Greetings, dear ones. It is I, Emanuel, and all that would speak in my name, come to be with you again this day. And as always, it is our greatest service and our greatest joy to be with you in whatever capacity you are with us, here in front of us, or watching this later, or listening to these words, however you come across them. We address you all personally, for we are with you personally. There is no time and space. This is an illusion, a concept, a construct to give you the experience that you are having. But in reality, there is no time and space, which is what allows us to be with you always, whether you are aware or not. And many of you are not aware most of the time, and that is okay, for we are with you anyway, and I am with you always. And so we really enjoy this time because we have your focus, we have your attention. Because during your day, as you move through your lives, many of you still have very busy minds and you have busy lives. And the chatter in your head means that you're not available for us. And we have to be very loud to get your attention. But here, you could hear a pin drop. And we have the ability to speak directly to you. And we value this so very much. Thank you for being here. You were called to be here. And in being here, you are of the greatest service to yourself and to everyone who would listen. So please take a moment to thank yourself as we thank you. Acknowledge your greatness, for it was your greatness that chose to be here. And dear ones, making a choice for your greatness is very, very important. As we have spoken into before, as a human being having a human experience on this planet, you do have two aspects of yourself that have become one to give you a convincing experience of separation. Separation being to believe that you are not one with all of creation. You're having an experience of imagining you are not that. And this sets up a dual consciousness within you. We have spoken into this before. And we wish to assist you in your path out. Your path out being the path away from suffering, the path home to your true nature and to your real self, your eternal self, your God self that does not know suffering, that cannot suffer, and that is immensely powerful to create whatever it desires. Dear ones, one of the ways home, each footstep home, is every time you make a choice for your greatness. You have all done this today. We applaud you, and we ask you to not, we invite you to not underestimate the significance of such choices. For in making this choice, you make a loud declaration to the universe and to your own subconscious mind that you choose greatness. You choose your God self. You choose to do something different than be in your limited self. Every time you make a choice to be kind when you feel the opposite, you choose greatness. Every time you choose compassion and you choose to understand another person's point of view, even when it's not your own, you're choosing your greatness. Every time you choose love, you choose your greatness. And it is a choice. You do have a choice. And unfortunately, the deeper the grip that duality has on you, the more immersed in your experience you are, the less it feels like you have a choice. If you speak to one who is completely asleep to their situation, if you speak to one who is entrenched in the experience of duality, they will tell you in full, in the most convincing way possible, they will tell you they have no choice. We always have a choice. And for you, dear ones, in front of us now, the grip of duality is loosened enough on you that you can make choices. And you have made one very big choice this morning, today, this evening, wherever you are, to be here now. Dear ones, one of the purposes that we come to you is to invite you to see another perspective. We invite you to see a different perspective of yourself. And here is one such instance. We invite you to see that it's so significant that you are here right now. You would think it, oh, I'm just interested and it feels good and I enjoy the messages and you understand the higher purpose, but you do not appreciate yourself for the choices you make. You do not understand the gravity of your choice. It is not normal, is the best word we can use. Hang on, we can get a better word than that. You are rare in your choice this morning. You are not in great numbers right now. The leading edge is never crowded. So please, just take a moment with us. Know that we are with you. I am with you. Feel my embrace. Feel the love and appreciation that exists for you in every molecule of air that you breathe. Breathe it now. And feel yourself as we feel you. Magnificent. Truly. For to overcome the things you have overcome, to be sitting where you're sitting right now is remarkable. You are remarkable. And you go about your day having other thoughts about yourselves. I'm not good enough. I could have done that better. And on it goes. Today we invite you just for one day, or even maybe just 1 hour, upon leaving this meeting, we invite you for as long as you can to maintain company with yourself that is as favorable as ours is right now. Dear ones, please be kind to yourself more than anyone else. The kindness that you would feel in your heart for a child, for a child that has staggered into a mistake innocently, you would not berate that child. You would not tell that child it's worthless or stupid. We invite you to be with the same attitude to yourself. And we invite you to do that today for as long as you can, to see yourself as we do. And when you see yourself as we do, you will see the enormity that the state of duality is. The grip it has to have over you for it to be convincing is huge. Because you are great. You are magnificent. And to forget that takes a big force, a big collective imagined reality. And to break free from it is equally big a task. And here you sit, like little chicks, broken through the shell. Here you sit. You've broken through the shell, and your little beaks are poking out, testing this new water, shall we say, testing this new world, for it is a new world. The new age is called the new age. The new world is called the new world, but in reality, it's you that enters a new world. And it is. You occupy the same body. You occupy the same space. But when you break through the clutches of duality, you are in another world, literally. And you are breaking through, my little chicks. And you're making those first movements into a new atmosphere. And it is very different from the world you know. It is totally different from the world that you know. There is no basis, there is no anchor in good and bad, hot and cold. Those things still exist and they are still part of your experience, but they have no meaning to you. This is what it means to overcome the world. We were set up for this. We have already spoken into this with a written message. This is what it means to overcome the world. The world has no meaning to you. Therefore, it has no ability to have power over you. Dear ones, when you understand that you assign the meaning to your world, you decide what is a table, what is a chair, what is a tree, what is the sky. Okay, that you are given some of these terms, but the meaning, what it means to you, is utterly unique to you, and you assign that meaning. How do you know that what a tree is to you, Agape, is a tree to you, Carl, is a tree to you, Georgina? How do you know that you each agree on what a tree is? You don't. You understand what a tree looks like. You understand what a tree is called, but what does it mean to you? Agape's heart has a different relationship with a tree, the meaning of a tree, than does Carl's or Georgina's. Does this make sense to you? You assign the meaning individually. Therefore, your world is individual to you because you assign the meaning. You have the power to do this. Do you understand the gravity of what it means to have the power to assign meaning? It is everything. And we do not wish you to go down the road that has already been discussed here. That doesn't give you, the solution is not then in the changing of the meaning. Because this is the first assumption. Oh, wonderful. So I change the meaning. No. You move beyond meaning. The meaning still exists, but it has no power over you. Meaning your God self will behave according to its highest potential in every given situation without being swayed by the meaning of what is occurring in front of you. You can never really know what is going on for anyone else. And we ascribe meaning to people's behavior. We give meaning to everything. And then this makes up our reality and we react to it. To overcome the world is to take in all of that information, understand that it is manufactured by yourself based on your past experiences, and it has no power to influence you. Meaning it does not distract you from your greatness. It does not pull you into opposition with another. You're anchored in love. You're anchored in the reality of the world as it is. Because to take the meaning and change it is to deny reality. We are not asking you to deny reality. Bad things happen. They are real and they are not good. And so many spiritual people live in denial. They think they are not in denial, but they are in denial. Trying to make things better by putting a airbrush of love and light over the top is never going to work. Things are bad out there. Bad things do happen. Human suffering is real. But to overcome the world is to not allow these events to sway your behavior and your knowing that all is well. That every event that is happening outside of you is woven into a grand plan that is working for the benefit of all. Ultimately, we are all heading in the right direction. And these events outside of you are not in your control in the way that you think you can control the outside world. You can only control yourself. And in doing so, you change the outer world. Many of you have experienced this already in your own lives. You change your families, you can change your household by refusing to be drawn into petty squabbles, arguments that don't matter. Letting go of the need to understand and be right. Letting go of the need to control your environment. Letting go and understanding that the universe, God Almighty, has the big plan under control. To look to external events and to allow them to bring you suffering is keeping you locked in the problems. As well-intended as you are, as sensitive as you are, and we understand this is a difficult concept to grasp. It is real, so I suffer, then I try to deny, and that helps me, but that doesn't work. It is confusing, we understand. We understand. It can be confusing. Your world is real, the real things are happening, but we are inviting you to understand that by focusing on it, thinking you can control it by manipulating what is going on outside of you is folly. You are not, that's not the source of your power. Your power is within you. Your God is within you. The one that is at one with the forces that control that which is outside of you is within you. It's not outside of you. It cannot be commanded by looking to rearrange the outside, by looking to change the man in the White House, by looking to change these things mechanically. I do hope we are making sense. The world of duality is that you mechanically rearrange the outside. This is not where your power lies. Your power lies within you. Your power lies with holding on to your greatness, no matter what is occurring outside of you. And it starts by acknowledging the things that you do that is a stand for your greatness. And every time you see yourself as we see you, you are giving a signal to your subconscious mind, to your God self, that you're making a stand for that part of you. And when you assign the power to that part of you, it will take over. Slowly but surely, it will get to know that it's now in the driving seat, that the ego is in the back seat, and things will begin to change for you personally. And then this has a huge ripple effect that you cannot fathom into the consciousness of all. So it may seem like a very small thing to you to acknowledge yourself for being here. You may brush that off as well. I enjoy it. You have made a stand for your greatness today. And again, if I had badges of honor, I would pin them on you. Such is the significance of this decision. You all make a stand for your greatness every day, but you do not see it as that. We invite you to start to acknowledge your greatness instead of constantly acknowledging what is not right about you. In the constant acknowledgement of, I didn't do that right, I could do better there, why did I do that again? That is constantly giving the power to your individuated personality, your made up illusory self. When you constantly bring attention to it in a negative way, it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive, you're still empowering the illusory self. We ask you to find your God self. And it feels very different. You do know the difference. You feel your God self when you sit with us. That part of you that feels good to be here. This is your God self because we are resonating with your God self. This is why it feels so good to be with us. We invite you to recognize it while we are still here holding it for you. Recognize this is you that you're feeling. You may be feeling it in our presence, and that is why we are here. For we are able to bring you into resonance with your God self while you're with us. We are not the ones with the power to do that. It's a resonance. You are resonating. We invite you to feel the part of you that is singing with us this morning, this day, and know that is your God self. And you know When you feel it in your everyday life, acknowledge, I'm great. And that is not your ego. Your ego will want to take a hold of it. It's not an arrogant statement to say, I am great. It is an arrogant statement to deny it. And you have the habit of denying it every single day. And so your personality remains the one in charge. Just for today, acknowledge your greatness. You will have to take our word for it today that your choice to be here is great in the truest sense of the word. You are magnificent beings. Just, you are in an illusion. That is all. Let us help you break through the shell. Take your first breaths as God in form. And this is an analogy. You're always God in form. You just don't know it. But when you begin to take breaths knowing it, you're in a different world. One where you have all the power to change anything you desire in your life, to have anything you desire in your life. This is where you create from your greatness. And this is how we change your life and therefore the life of the world. Thank you for your attention. And if we haven't said it enough, thank you for your being here.
Dear Emanuel, dear Lord Emanuel and Collective, thank you so much for being with us today. We are so honored and we feel this magnificent magnificence, this great feeling, and it's such a blessing.
And it is you are feeling. This is what we wish you to understand today. What you are feeling is yourself. This is what it feels like to be you, truly. Not the old. Do you feel like your personality, when you're in this place, can you feel that your personality is a bit like an old shoe, an old slipper? It's just comfortable. But does it look good? Is it a bit worn?
Yes, it is.
We invite you to make this your new self.
While you were speaking, I was breathing this phrase, repeating it inside of me. I am great, and breathing it. And it became stronger and stronger inside of me.
Indeed, because you're giving it energy. This is the power. This is the very crux of the power of who you are. You assign the meaning. You command it so. What did you say to yourself?
I am great.
I am great. I breathe it in. This is you commanding the universe. Truly. We invite you to change your perspective. It's all that is required here, because you are already commanding the universe all day long from your personality. I'm not good. I should have done that better. Oh, I've burnt the soup again. I'm so useless. You live in a limited existence. You are constantly informing the universe of how it is. And you have just done the opposite. You've done the same mechanical thing, but you are empowering the opposite side of you. Does this make sense?
Yes, totally.
Do you see that it's actually quite simple?
Mm-hmm.
Just a change of perspective. You are always commanding the universe. You're always creating your reality, but you do it from a limited perspective, and all you get is limitation. You have just demonstrated by commanding the universe, I am great, I breathe it in. It's the truth. It wouldn't work if it wasn't the truth. If you said this and it's not true, well, it wouldn't work. It works because it's true, and you command it so. Doesn't that feel good?
It feels so great.
And
And it can be a habit. It is a healthy habit.
It's available to you all day long.
Thank you so much. This is such an honor and a blessing. So we can start with the questions. Carl, if you please.
In a way, we have already, you have already answered this question, but I will forward it anyhow. Okay.
Very good.
The present situation on Earth seems impossible to solve for us human beings. It's overpopulated with the very poor living conditions in different areas. Nature is close to collapse under the human pressure we put upon it. And how can you give us a clue of how to solve this situation?
Indeed.
In a way, I've already had an answer just a couple of minutes ago. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, but we thank you for asking the question anyway. We do believe we have answered your question, and we will keep answering. It is the only question, really.
Yeah.
The world is in a desperate situation if you look at it in a certain way. You cannot deny, and we do not ask you to deny, but we invite you to understand that it is your perception of what is going on. If you could see the bigger picture, you would understand that every single action in the universe is necessary. Nothing happens that does not need to happen. It is all happening in perfection. If you understand that the human race as a whole is evolving, just like you have evolved personally, so the collective evolves. You're witnessing the exaggeration, the rising up of all that must be healed. You are witnessing the revelation of the depths that humanity has fallen to. And this is not pleasant for anybody, but this has been your choice. This was your choice. Everything is your choice. You have all the power. You have created this, each of you. You're all part of this. This was what you thought might be a good idea. And you've learned from your experience, and from your experience, the whole is expanded. The whole has grown from your experience. So you think you would like to know what it is to be separate from God. Now you know. Now you know.
Mm-hmm.
Do we wish to repeat this experience?
No.
Probably not, wouldn't be a good idea. But you have free will and you exercised your free will.
Mm.
And you must all take responsibility because you all live duality every day. And there is a spectrum of how bad it can get. And you witness that in other places on your planet.
Mm.
But it's not your personal hell. Your life is a good life, Carl.
Yeah.
And we thank you for speaking today because we would like to address you as a magnificent example of a human being.
Thank you.
Your world is a good world. Your life, you and your beautiful wife have made quite close to heaven on earth, have you not?
It seems so when we look outside the window here.
You have a good life. You are good people living a good life. You need to look no further than your back garden to know your world. Why would you put your attention on anything else
Mm.
when you have it so good?
Mm.
That's true.
There is no need. And if you keep your focus within your own back garden, you are radiating the power of God, and this will change the world. When you identify with the suffering, when you feel the impossibility of how we are going to change this, you take on a burden, you lower your vibration, and this is the signal you send out to the world.
Mm.
Do you see the difference?
Yes, I do.
Yes, one is contributing to the suffering.
Mm.
The other is staying completely outside of it, making a stand for greatness, making a stand for good, for decency, for heaven on earth. You make a stand for that. Every day you stay with your focus within your own personal heaven. This is not selfish. It's the opposite of selfish. It is making a stand for greatness. The two of you are a shining example of greatness. And the more you see yourself in this light, the more you turn away from the horrors of your world and see the beauty of your own personal world, the more you contribute to the light. Your light today, right now, is infinitely brighter than it was when we began. You're beacons of hope, beacons of light. And anyone can have this. You are showing everyone else what is possible when you stand in your own authority, in your own heaven, as your right to do so. It's your right to stand out of suffering. It's your right to be wealthy. It's your right to have a good life. You should never be ashamed for the things that you have when there are those who have not. Those who have not, it's their choice. Even though they do not understand, they have been born into those circumstances, that was also their choice.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful people. We applaud you. Stand high in your life. You have, we can't even use the word deserve. That doesn't even, we hope you understand that it's not about deserving. You were born deserving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your beautiful life.
Thank you.
And thank you for speaking. This is an honor.
Thank you very much, all. And I have also a question, Lord Emanuel and Collective. Can you please speak to us a little bit about your dimension? How is it in your world? What is it like? How can we imagine it or feel it? I know that we all come from there, and that we've just forgotten about it. But I guess some input might help people to reconnect.
So, how it feels to engage with Enga and Kaga, the engagement we just had, the feeling that you now have in your heart. This is home. Do you feel it?
Yes.
So, we understand your curiosity to know where we exist, but it does not help you. The feeling that you have right now in your heart is all you need to know. This is home. This is how it feels. How we live, how we exist is actually beyond your comprehension. And we understand that this can be misinterpreted or interpreted as a cop out. But truly, you cannot understand. In your human mind, you are designed, you are in a vehicle that is designed that you have this experience in the physical world. Yes? By its very nature, your vehicle that you inhabit, the mind that is asking these questions, is designed to live here. So it is not possible for you to fathom a formless existence. And indeed, we invite you to consider that it's not really valuable. All you need to know is how you feel in your heart when you are connected to all that is. We just experienced it all together right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is all you need to know. Get it right here. This feeling is all there is. This does not change, regardless of whether you're in form or not in form.
Thank you. Thank you. I understand. I guess it was not my mind that was asking the question. It was rather my heart, or my intuition, because I sense source for the last week very strongly on earth and around me, and nothing negative can reach me, because I understand and I trust that God has control over everything, what you earlier said, and I trust that this plan is perfect and divine and nothing can distort it.
Indeed. And we do not dodge the question. It's just not helpful
Yes.
or relevant. You can feel us. That's all that matters.
Yes.
You know what home feels like. That's all that matters. The rest is still a matter of interpretation. And your human mind literally cannot fathom where we are. The closest you can come to experiencing our reality is near-death experiences.
Mm-hmm.
The perhaps in dream, perhaps in the state between waking and sleeping, the moments where you feel completely enlightened and you understand everything. These are glimpses that you can have.
Thank you very much, Lord Emanuel and Collective, and thank you, Julian. This was a powerful message.
Okay.
We will leave you with this. We love you dearly. We love you so dearly. And we remind you once more, we invite you today for as long as you can. And we know there are distractions. We understand how it is for you. But we invite you for one day to acknowledge your greatness when you see it. Every time you put your arm around your partner in love, no matter what they've done, that's a stand for greatness. The little things that you do every day that is kind and loving, that's your greatness. Please begin to notice that part of you. And in doing so, you empower it, you empower it, you empower it, and stand in that greatness in your beautiful lives. You all have beautiful lives. This is nothing to be ashamed of. This is your greatness. It is your birthright. And you can have heaven on earth. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. We love you.